So let's now create an index page which will contain the table results of student record for our controller. So let's go to App, Views, and create a folder named Student. And right-click Views, create new folder. Let's name this Student. Okay, after creating a new folder, let's create an index.php file inside the student folder and add a table. Let's copy a table from the template. So tables, here's the table. Okay, we'll copy a table here. Let's look for data tables example. Okay. Then inside the student folder, right click, new file, then index.php. Let's now copy the table, this one, and paste that inside student. So if we take a look at the code, it's not yet showing the table. For the table to be displayed, let's add another echo here. So echo view, we're calling the view. Then the folder name is student and index. Save that, refresh. Oops, beat the snag. Oh, there's an error. Okay, student index.php. Where is index.php? Oh, it doesn't have a semicolon. Refresh. Okay, it's now showing the data table. But we are going to change this to our own table. So let's first remove these unnecessary rows. Okay, let's retain just one row. Save. Okay, next. We have already called index.php file inside the controller. It's now showing the table. Then we have to configure the database connection. So to do that, go to app/config and open database.php. So app, the application folder, config, then database.php. So here we just have to, let me put this on the top. So you have to change the port if you are using a different port. The host name will be localhost. Username is root. I do not have a password. Then the database is itech222. So save that. Next. So let's now create a model for the student data. Okay. Open model. Right click, new file. Then the file name will be student_model. Oh, let me rename that. This shouldn't have that. Okay. Also note that the file name of the model should have _model and the extension is PHP. Next. So this should be the content of the model. So this is the, copy that, space, app models, use CodeIgniter, model. I don't think I need the, let me copy that. Connection interface. I'm gonna use this. Then the class name is student_model, which extends CodeIgniter model or model. Okay, save that. Then let's now add a function to get rows from the student table. These are also available in the CodeIgniter manual. So let's do that. CodeIgniter or the user guide. Let's go to codeigniter.com and learn. And this is now the user guide. So working with database, running a query. So these are all, this is the documentation. Okay, let's go back. So let's create a function named getStudentInfo. Doesn't return a parameter, then filter this db, so the database connection, and the table name is student. We just have one table name, or one table in our database. Then store the result inside res and call builder and get method and get result. Then return this to whoever is calling the get student info function inside the model. Next. So let's now declare the model inside the controller. So we know that the controller is the intermediary between the model and the view. So we now have used view inside our controller. Then we will now implement the or use the model. So application models, then student underscore model. Then let's create a construct so that this will be reused inside the controller. So construct, I think I'm correct. Okay, so this student, let me copy the new student model. Okay, so we can call the student model by using this method. Okay, let's next we will call the get student record function and pass the result in an associative array, then pass that result to the index.php. So we will now call the function that we have created a while ago. So student model, and the function name is student model get student info. Then the result will be stored in student info array, or the key is student info inside the array. Then pass the result in our index view. So the same as what we did a while ago. Then in index.php, instead of just printing a static row, we will now look through the results. So let's first print the result. It's student info. Move this one from the browser. Sorry. It's returning an empty array because it doesn't have a content. So let's open Workbench and add a simple data. 1 QWE1. Okay, apply. So our student table now has one row. So let's refresh this one. As you can see, it now displays the data that we have created. So let's open the editor. This one and look through the result. So for each student info as student, then echo. Let's first print the table row. Okay, then column. Column here. Okay, then concatenate the result. First is the student number. This is now the column name, student number. Next, first name, middle name, last name, Ismail, and date of birth. So first name, middle name, last name, Ismail, and date of birth. So let's try that. It now displays in our table. Let's remove the print r. Then for the Ismail, we can do a ternary operation. So if Ismail is equal to 1, we have to display male. Oh, this is here. If not, then female. Okay, refresh. So since the value is 1, it's male. Let's also change the title here. Number, first name, middle name, last name, text and the date of birth. This one, since we have a table header and the footer, save, refresh. So this is now the data from the database.